It's Aisha again, and I have another craft for you today. And today we're going to make 3D planets from paper. And I have two different ideas for planets. So here is a smaller one that you can make. Here's a sample of another smaller one that you can make that you could create as different parts of a mobile if you like to. If I wanted to add string or something to this, I could to make it swing or hang from somewhere, and you could watch it spin. And I have a more complex planet here, and as you can see, it's made of all different colored paper. And I also already put the string in this one, so you can see how it turns around, and you can see all the different colors, and so I'll show you how to make both of those. I'll put that one to the side. So all you need for this craft is paper, and you'll need a little cardstock or thicker paper for part of the craft. So what I have here is, let me move these to the side. You see I have all these circles here. So you'll need scissors to cut. Of course, I already cut out all these circles. And you'll need something to cut the shape of your circle. So you can pick anything round, that is circular shape that you have laying around the house, and you will need different size circles. So you see I have a big circle, and then I have some slightly smaller or medium sized circles, and then I have small circles. So the bigger circles are going to be for this planet, and the smaller circles, the medium-sized ones, will be for that other planet as well. And the smaller, this size circle, will be for this size planet. But you can also add it to the other planet, and I'll show you to make it a little more fancy. So we'll start with making the small planet. So this is really easy. It's easier than it looks. I decorated mine a little bit afterward. But all you do is you take the circles and you just fold them in half and stick them together. And you can you can add more layers to it, like I did with this one, by just sticking more circles together. So I will take, as an example, I have several small circles, and you'll need at least 4 circles for this to start out with. And as you get started, if you want more circles, if you want it to have more sides to it and to make it a little more dynamic or interesting to look at, then you can just add more, stick them to them. So I need this, and I need glue or tape. And so all I'm going to do is take each circle and fold it in half. I'll take the second circle and fold it as well. And then I'll take my glue, and I need to glue, let me put that down first. I need to glue one side, these two sides together. So you see they're both folded like this. I'll lay one down. I'll move these to the side so you can see better. There. All right. So I just need to glue these two sides together so that they're together like this. And put glue. One side should do it. I always say that a little glue goes a long way, and then I end up not putting enough glue on. So I'll start with a little bit, and if I need more, then I'll add to it. So I put glue, and then I'm just sticking that, push it down, so that now you'll see that they're stuck together. And then here's the back of it. So now I need to stick, so I'll fold these down again so that I have half a circle again. And I'll fold the next circle in half. And I want to do the same thing. I want to stick this new half circle, to the outside of what I already have. So I'll open it up and stick it this way. So I'll need to glue this, and then I'll stick it together, and kind of try to match up the crease there. It makes it a little easier. All right, and I'll press that down. And again, you see there's part of it, and then here's the back. So I have one more circle to add. And so for whatever you decide, so I'll fold it in half. Whatever you decide your last circle is going to be, make sure that you glue it to both sides so that you'll end up with a complete sphere like that. So now I have to glue both the backs of both of this to here. So I'll just, and make sure you crease down the bigger piece. It makes it easier to stick things together. So I'll stick this one. That just won't stand up. And now, here we go. And so now I need to stick this side to this side. So I'll glue this. And I'm careful not to fold it down, press it down really hard. Now, when I open it up, I have my 4 circles stuck together. And here's my planet. And again, this is a very basic one. So if I wanted it to have more sides that would, you know, look a little more interesting, if I made it into a mobile, then I could just take more circles and stick them together. And remember to add whatever your last circle is going to be, you have to stick both sides to it to complete it. And if I wanted to add string or yarn to this, then I would just take one of the layers and glue or tape my string inside before I put the last piece on. So here is my small planet. And I could go in and, you know, decorate it or draw. If I wanted this to be the Earth, I could draw the continents and stuff on it. Or if I wanted it to be Mars or something. If I wanted to get fancy, I could put a ring, cut a ring to put around it like Saturn. Or so you could do a lot of different things with this. So here's the example of the smaller planet. And I'll put this to the side. Now, for the bigger planet, this one, you need the cardstock for this one and paper. You don't really need glue for this one. You could possibly use glue if you wanted to have more of these layers on here, and you could stick these bigger pieces together to close this part up if you don't want to see that, if you just want a different look. But if you don't need glue for this part at all. So let me put my glue over to the side. And what I need is my cardstock or some other kind of thicker paper. You could use cardboard, or like if you have the back of a pad of paper or something like that, you could use that and then just color it to whatever, decorate it to whatever color you like. I just had white cardstock, so I'll leave it like this. And you need the different colored, the different size circles, and you can do a pattern with this, or you could do it just, you know, any old color you like. There's no specific pattern that I did with this one. For my sample that I'm going to do for you today, I made a little pattern, so I'll show you how to do that. But first, I want to show you how to cut the pieces of paper so that they fit on here like this one does. So you just take your circles, and it's similar to the smaller planet. Here's a circle I already folded in half and I cut. So I'll do one for you here. So I take a big circle, fold it in half, and you need your scissors for this. And so I'm going to cut on the seam halfway through here, but not all the way to the end because I don't want to cut it completely in half, but just leave about maybe the size of your fingertip or so of space. So I'll just cut. There we go. And so you should end up with, it should be like this, and it's kind of like Pac-Man or something. And then To add it to your the middle of your planet, all we're going to do is stick the open part in like this, kind of like he's going to eat the, the piece of paper. And then this takes a little bit of, you have to be careful so you don't rip the paper. Just open this up to however far you want it to be opened up. And then that's all it takes. And then if I want to add another piece in the middle of this, I'll take a smaller circle and do the same thing. So I'll fold the circle in half and then make a small cut in it, not all the way to the edge, just about 1/4 of an inch or a fingertip. And do the same thing. Take the opening and slide it there in the middle of the bigger piece. And then open it up. And there we are. So there's the first piece. And then I continue on. You can do this one by one, or if you prefer, you can cut all your, put the cuts in all your circles and have them all lined up, ready to go. And then you just keep adding on until you get the look that you want. Here, so I'll do another one with my pattern. So I've got these all cut. Bigger one. Smaller one, and then I have a third one for this one. So there we go. Now, big circle. Go on there. The medium one. And the small one. This side, another one. Another big circle, the green, blue, and the small one. Got another time for another blue one. Blue, slide it on there. This can work. You can do this craft with kids who are learning about their planets, or you can do it with younger kids too. And just keep in mind that they just have to be careful of putting, because it takes a lot of finger work here. So if they make a few mistakes and rip a few circles, just make sure you cut out plenty of circles ahead of time, so that all you have to do is just fix it. It's a quick fix. Just add another, cut another circle and add it. It's really easy to do. And, or if you like, you can share the preparation in this and have one person cutting the circles and the other person doing the other parts of the craft. So here we go. Here's my last section. Yeah. And here we are. Here's my 3D planet. And if I wanted to, I could do like I did the other one that I showed you in the beginning. I could make a hole or punch a hole somewhere in here and put some yarn or string there so it could hang from someplace so you could see it spin around and move. But here you go. Here's the 3D planet. Here's one way to do it. And then here's the smaller 3D planet. It's cool craft, huh? Thanks for watching, and see you soon.